list reverse. So how to reverse the list? So using the reverse function. So let's say we have an input, a list 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So this is a list, and what we expect, we want to reverse the list in the form of 500, 400, 300, 200 and 100. So let's write a program here. So we'll create a program called list. So create a list. We'll create a list with all the items in it: 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. This is the list. So let's try to print the elements in the list first and see the output. So we'll print the original list message and then the list. Okay, here we can see the output. It printed the list simply as it is. Now let's apply the function list dot reverse, which will reverse the actual list what we expect. Let's print the list now. Print list. So now we can see the output, the original list and the reverse. So in reverse you can see it has printed in the reverse order all the elements. So this is one of the method which we can reverse the list. So there is another method which we can see, negative slicing. So negative slicing is nothing but using the index of a list. So as we know, -1 indicates the last element of the list. So we will use this indexing to do reverse of the list. So we'll create a list equal to list opening brackets, square brackets, colon colon -1. So this will pick the records in the reverse order. It will pick the elements starting from the end. So we'll print the negative slicing method, just a message, and then we'll print the newly created list. Okay, now we can see the original list, then we did a reverse of the list, and now again we are doing reverse of that list using negative slicing. So you can see, so it has created list with 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So it again made as original list. So this is how we can use the reverse function and negative slicing method to reverse the list. So there are multiple ways to do that. So we just Hello guys, our next exercise is to print each element of a list. Okay, so we already have a list. Now we want to print. Now we want to print each element of this list. Okay, so for that, what we can do, we need to use looping in Python. Okay, so to print each element, what we need to do, we will use for loop. Okay, so it's very simple. For each item in your given list, what we want to do, we just simply want to print that item. So what it will do, for each item in a list, it will print. So let's see when we run it what it will do. If you see, it printed each element in your list in new line. Okay, so this way you can, using for loop, you can print each element or iterate through elements of your list and perform specific operations on each item. So if you want, you can also okay, let's see, we'll do next exercise. Okay, we will calculate the square calculate the square of element, square of each element in a list, and assign to list. Which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we expect, list with its square. So like this 4, 9, 16, 25. So we want to create a new list with by doing the square of each element in the list. Okay, so for that we will again use the for loop. So let's create an empty list, call it as result, and for item in list 1 we want to do a square root now. To I. So what we are doing here, into the list which we created here, we are appending it and we are doing square of the item, that is I into I, and then we will print the newly created list. So this should print list with new items which are so if you see, this is our original list 1 2 3 4 5, and this is the new list where we have the squares of each element like 1 1 2 4 3 9 4 16 5 25. So this way you can perform operation on each element of your list. Here we did the square of that element. Similarly you can do different kind of operations. So thanks for watching. If you like, please to share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.